This is Optimal Health Daily, episode 1147. Brain Food, the top 5 foods that boost brain power, by Guy and Ilan Ferdman of MindBender.co. And I'm Dr. Neil, your very own personal narrator. Welcome to a Thursday edition of Optimal Health Daily. This is one of 6 podcasts where we read to you from blogs for free so that you don't have to read them yourself, except on Fridays. On this show, that's where I usually answer your questions. Now, before we get to the post, don't forget, we give away a book to a random person on our mailing list every month on the first of the month. So, if you want to be in the drawing and participate, make sure you're on our mailing list at oldpodcast.com by Halloween. All right, now that that's out of the way, let's get right to today's post as we optimize your life. Brain Food, the top 5 foods that boost brain power, by Guy and Ilan Ferdman of MindBender.co. Brain Food. Boost your mind through diet. The brain is the most complex organ in the human body. What's interesting, though, is that it only makes up around 2% of our total body weight. It allows us to think, move, speak, you name it. As we age, however, some of our cognitive abilities will be affected. For example, it's not uncommon for an individual's memory and processing speed to decline over time. Fortunately, there are ways to protect your brain cells. For example, it helps to eat a brain-healthy diet. What foods are bad for your brain? Some foods can negatively affect your brain. For example, foods high in trans fats can worsen your memory and cognitive abilities. The same goes for refined carbs, sugary drinks, and highly processed foods. Which fruit is good for the brain? Blueberries are one of the best fruits that you can eat for your brain health. Not only are they anti-inflammatory, but they also contain antioxidants, compounds that protect your brain against oxidative stress and neurodegenerative diseases. In fact, studies have shown that blueberries can actually improve your memory and delay short-term memory loss. Is milk good for the brain? Believe it or not, but drinking milk can benefit your brain, though milk is certainly not for everyone, particularly if you have a milk allergy. More specifically, milk contains glutathione, a powerful antioxidant that prevents oxidative stress. Now, why is this important? Oxidative stress can lead to various conditions, including Parkinson's disease and Alzheimer's disease. Other foods that are high in glutathione include asparagus, avocados, okra, and spinach. So, if you're not a fan of dairy, there are other ways to increase your glutathione intake. What are the 5 worst foods for memory? There are a few foods that you might want to avoid if you're trying to boost your memory. These include highly refined carbs, like sodas and fruit juices, foods that are high in trans fat, like donuts and store-bought cookies and cakes, and red meat. Red meat may increase inflammation through the body, which over time may affect brain functioning. The top 5 foods that boost brain power. Want to keep your brain in peak working condition? Then consider eating these foods that are high on the brain nutrients list. If anything, they fuel more memory power. 1. Omega-3 rich foods, like fatty fish and walnuts. Fatty fish such as trout, sardines, and salmon are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, an essential nutrient that keeps the brain healthy. These fatty acids may prevent Alzheimer's disease and may slow down age-related cognitive decline. Some great vegan options for getting these omega-3s are walnuts, flax seeds, and chia seeds. 2. Coffee. Coffee contains 2 things that can help your brain. One of them is caffeine. Aside from keeping you alert, caffeine can also improve your mood and sharpen your concentration. The other thing coffee has? Antioxidants. The antioxidant content in coffee is probably one of the reasons why drinking coffee is associated with a lower risk of neurological diseases. 3. Blueberries. We mentioned this earlier, but blueberries are great for the brain. They're packed with a type of antioxidant known as phytoflavonoids, which can stave off oxidative stress, which is responsible for many cognitive impairments. On top of that, they can help improve communication between brain cells. 4. Turmeric. The curcumin content in turmeric reduces chronic low-grade systemic inflammation. It also enhances antioxidant activity and reduces oxidative stress. It may also improve DHA synthesis in the body, which is another type of fatty acid, resulting in elevated brain DHA content. Evidence suggests turmeric may provide significant benefits to brain health, including chronic disease prevention. Curcumin contains neuroprotective properties to preserve mental acuity. Therefore, turmeric may have the ability to boost memory function, reduce brain fog, and enhance overall cognition. 5. Broccoli. Broccoli is high in vitamin K and choline. Both are known for cognitive enhancement. Choline is specifically associated with better memory function and reduced aging of the brain. Keeping your brain sharp with brain food. Hopefully, these recommendations gave you a better idea as to what brain foods you should eat. As you can see, there are several foods that boost concentration and memory. You just listened to the post titled Brain Food, the top 5 foods that boost brain power, by Guy and Ilan Ferdman of MindBender.co. And thank you to Everlywell. It's not easy to find time to get important lab testing done. Plus, it's tedious, expensive, and it feels like you have no control. That's how it was for me when I was diagnosed with a chronic illness. But now, you can complete your testing from the comfort of home, thanks to Everlywell. Everlywell is an at-home health testing company that offers more than 30 at-home lab tests, ranging from metabolism to heart health to thyroid health and more. The tests are private, simple, and all processed through certified labs. All you have to do is head to everlywell.com, choose your tests, they'll be shipped to you, then you complete your sample and send it back in the paid envelope. It's really easy and convenient. For 20% off an Everlywell at-home lab test, visit everlywell.com/OHD and enter code OHD. That's everlywell.com/OHD. Code OHD for 20% off your test. Everlywell at-home lab tests. Your answers, your way. Dr. Neil here for my commentary. When I was growing up, my parents would tell me that it was important to eat walnuts. They always tasted bitter to me, so I never liked them. But my parents would explain that the walnut looked like the brain. So it was important to eat them because it made us smarter. And because I wanted to be sure I was the smartest kid in my 4th grade class, I happily ate a handful of walnuts. I probably would have eaten even more if my parents said that Batman regularly ate walnuts. But either way, the ploy worked. Obviously, a walnut's appearance has little to do with its health benefits, but there was still wisdom in my parents' dietary advice. As today's authors mentioned, walnuts are a good source of omega-3 fatty acids, which are known to keep brain cells healthy. But scientists are discovering other nutrients and lifestyle factors may be just as important. The health of our microbiome seems to play an important role as well. Our brain and gut may be in constant communication. This means if our gut microbiome is healthy, it may mean the brain is healthy too. And we're discovering that managing our stress may keep the brain healthy. Participating in regular exercise also seems to keep the brain younger. Learning new things, like you do by listening to this podcast, hopefully, also seems to help. So the good news is, you may not be a fan of walnuts or blueberries, but that's okay, because there are other ways to improve the health of your brain too, like listening to this podcast. All right, that wraps up today's episode. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being a subscriber of the show. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for another Q&A episode and where your optimal life awaits.